just love this car, man. What do you say we take it out?
I think that's a great
Can
idea.
I drive this baby?
You sure can. Let's do it.
We're in Pitt Meadows, British Columbia, and check out a few of Johnny Hotrod's cool creations. Man, do I like this car.
Yeah, you like it because it looks a little bit like a Studebaker, right?
You know it does, and it's green. This looks like Gene Winfield.
It is, yeah.
And it really is Gene
It is
Winfield.
Gene Winfield, yeah.
This is going to be a blast.
Good job. You're so adaptable to everything.
Man, I'm in the weirdest damn things every week.
Okay, let's do it.
Well, when I first saw this car in the Beach City Beach Cruise show a few years ago, it's eye-catching, but the more you look at it, the more it keeps coming at you.
It's basically a cartoon version of the car. It's chopped too much, it's too low, the tires are too big, the motor's sticking out too much. You know, there's just things about it that are exaggerated that make it cool, you know?
And it's this amalgamation of a 32 and a 34.
Yeah, it is. It is a real 32 through window, but when I got my other car, it's channeled, and the guy says, I got a spare floor for that, so you can unchannel it someday. And I'm like, okay, well, I'll just take whatever spare parts you have, I'm cool with that. Any extra things, it's good. And it was a floor, but it was also half a cowl, and the 2/4 were attached to the cowl.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, but it had no doors and the roof was missing. But it was actually a 3-window body, so I thought, hey, you know what? Somebody could make a car out of this. So that's exactly what I did.
You became that somebody.
Yeah, and so the whole car built start to finish, including like the upholster hours and the guy that helped me with my paint and all that. It was 1,100 hours.
Wow, man.
To build the entire car from scratch.
Woo. This is a pretty well-known car, right?
I guess it was in Street Rodder magazine. It's been, I mean, as well as any home-built hot rod can be.
Yeah, I dig this car. This thing's fun to drive, man.
Except for the damn rattle. Yeah, and it's quiet. You know what? All the cars I used to build were just ridiculously noisy and
loud
annoying.
And rowdy.
Yeah, and now every car I build is quiet. You can have a conversation. That's just getting older, I guess.
You know, it happens. So have you been like building cars your whole life? Have you always been a hot rod guy?
Yeah, I just wanted to chop stuff up. I don't know, I just want to cut stuff up. And
sliced and diced.
Yeah,
Even makes julienne fries.
Exactly. I built bicycles and models and all that stuff. And my first vehicle was a 55 Chevy pickup, and I chopped it and, you know, flamed it and did all that stuff on it. My parents thought didn't really understand why. You know, it's harder to see out now, right? And yeah, I know, that's the whole point.
Right.
Still don't
But if it makes so cool.
If it makes you happy, that's fine.
John, this thing's totally awesome. I love this baby. It's just this beautiful, you know, chop, coupe, and good-looking colors and stuff. But the more you look at it, the more you see. And your lace work, the paint job on this, has got so much detail.
This paint job, which is basically inspired from a Larry Watson style paint job, is out there. And a lot of people say they really like this car, they notice it because of the paint job. But they said, it's really nice. I would never do that to my car though, but I really like this one.
I love the gold edging too. Another, like again, just really subtle touch, but really brings out that lace work. It sort of frames it.
You know what? It's an ugly tan color, and I tried a lot of different things on there, but that one color makes it just stand out. It was a little bit of work to make it flow right.
You got a good eye for flow.
Oh, thanks. But when I built this, I didn't have cash flow.
That's the one flow you didn't have?
No, I didn't have that. So I was like, I'm always improvising with what I have.
How much of a chop does this have?
It's funny because it actually isn't chopped because I just built the roof to this height because there was no roof. But it is basically a 5.5-inch chop.
Wow.
Yeah. It was a really neat project. It was a really satisfying project. I've built other cars where you're just kind of like, there's 2 years of my life I'm not getting back, you know, and it doesn't really look that good. But this one was a lot of fun. I mean, it was a lot of work.
Yeah.
And actually, you know, another thing that's kind of, to give it that sort of bent, sort of aggressive look, I pie cut the frame rails.
Oh, really?
Yeah, at the firewall so that it would kick the front up. So which would basically drop the body
nose
down
yeah.
and give it more of an aggressive stance, you know.
And I got to tell you, this wheel is one of the coolest features of this car.
Doesn't that have a nice feel to it?
I love it. It's
just so light.
It is light, and it's
I know.
Airy, and has an interesting grip on it. It's a different shape. Where you hold it is a different shape than any wheel I've ever held.
Yeah, no, it's got kind of a convex on the front.
Yes.
And then it still has grips on the back.
She runs real cool too. That's nice.
Oh yeah, it's such a sedate car. You know, like it doesn't beat you up. Other than the seats are a little bit uncomfortable, but yeah, I'm really happy with it for what it is.
And this is a blast. But that green 52 Custom is just calling out to me. What do you say we go back and check that baby out?
I love it. It hasn't gotten that much love lately, so it'd be great to take it out.
Let's go give it some love.
Nice.
All right. Okay, ready to go?
Ready.
Here we go. That's nice.
Okay, so we're just gonna have to take it cool, and if we hear scraping, we're gonna have to go up. That's how you know you're too low.
You're in control of the buttons. Lower level. Sporting goods, ladies lingerie. Sounds really good for 305.
So I usually just tell people it's a small block Chevy. I don't say.
Yeah, just leave it at that.
What kind of motor?
It's a small block, man.
See, that could be anything, right?
Exactly.
305? Oh, really? Oh, that's too bad.
You got so many things about this car that are just different.
It's kind of like a hot rod inspired custom.
It's sort of the anti-custom.
Yeah, kind of it is, because it's got big and littles on it. It's got it doesn't have a rear rake on it. It's got a forward rake. The chassis, the floor pan, the motor, tranny, everything rear end is a 1978 Malibu station wagon.
That is hilarious.
A Woody station wagon.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right, let's go cruising.
Low and slow.
This low, you just feel like you're sliding along, man. You feel everything, don't you?
Oh yeah, you just don't realize how much suspension actually does for you.
But you can't look as cool as we look right now with suspension.
No.
I love the sound. Got to be glass
Yeah,
backs.
it does sound really good. But when you're cruising, it's not too loud.
This thing's fun to drive. I
mean,
and
it's like driving a couch practically with an uncomfortable seat.
It's all relative. I just got out of the 32.
Yeah, that's true.
And how long did it take you to build this one?
This took me about 2 years of spare time, to do, including all the paint work by Gene and me, and all the body work and all the putting the whole thing together, and my upholsterer's time and everything, and it was 1,100 hours. So
which is almost exactly the same
identical
time as the Rad Rose, right?
Yeah, that's what it took me to do that car too, yeah. It's the same chassis and everything as a Monte Carlo or Buick Regal or any of those things. It's a little bit narrower than a stock 52 Chevy. And because I was gonna lower it, I wanted to have something that's going to have a narrower track width so that when the car's aired out, it's, I can fairgrounds cruise it and do all that with it all the way out, aired out. So I shortened the car to match the wheelbase, and that also proportionately fixed a lot of things that were going on after it was sectioned.
Well, now how about, the dash is a 55, right? It's 55 Chevy dash?
55 Chevy.
But it looks a lot closer together.
No, it's not.
You really?
No, it's stock.
So, it fits right into a 52?
Well, I can't give all my secrets away. No, it is a stock dash. The front part of it is the stock 52 Chevy dash.
Yeah.
And then I blended the 55 Chevy dash onto it.
Oh, I see.
And so that gave me, the mounting point up to the windshield and all that. This is so weird. But the steering column is in the stock location for a 78 Malibu, and that's a stock 55 Chevy Dash, and the car's sectioned and it all just fell together, basically.
And it drives beautifully. I mean, it rides, this thing rides like kind of like a 78 Malibu station wagon.
It is actually a really good ride, and the chassis, the car was very good condition that I use as a donor. There's zero rust.
And is it basically just the stock power steering that came with that 78? Because I mean, the power steering's beautiful on it.
It's
too.
100% stock.
I'm digging it. I'm totally digging it. I mean, I like the Rad Rose, but this car's meat. I'm Dennis Gage. Happy motoring.